Welcome to another episode of the Seduction Show. Today we feature an extract from one of our Sunday calls that we have with the case study groups. And it is an extract that deals with how to lead your woman, how to lead your relationship into glory. And we touch upon a couple of aspects, one of them being how to deal with disagreements, how to take care of your woman, and how to exchange vows, and also how to become an ally to your woman. Michael Sky comes on the call to help me answer one of the questions that's asked by one of the members. Enjoy.
Well, I keep going, looking for what's round the bend. Yeah.
Hey Hans, what's going on? Feeling great, to be honest. I haven't felt that good in a while, and I had a great lesson yesterday. I wanna very briefly say about the great advice that I got from you and Michael last time, because I wasn't here last week.
Huh? So last time was then 2 weeks ago, or?
Exactly. And I feel like it's important to say because it's somewhat continuation of yesterday. But you guys basically told me to feel whatever is it that I'm feeling with my girl about her being very much invested in this relationship more than me, and it scares me. Mm-hmm. And just to bring this up with her, not make any decision, and just call it out. Because I had a tendency to call it out. And I remember you told me, just bring it. You might find yourself closer than ever. You might break it up. You might open it up to other opportunities with different women. And
just put it on the table.
Sorry?
Just put it on the table, I remember saying. Just put the issue on the table and look at it together.
And the result was both of us felt very close to each other after.
What did you do practically?
I called it out. And I told her that I am sorry that I was being distanced from her in the last days. And this wasn't purpose, but that was my reaction to see you crying in my bed over the lockdown and the imply meaning that we won't meet. And it freaked me out, to be honest. It freaked me out to see how much you care about me. And I didn't know how to react better. And I this was 2 weeks ago, but now as I'm talking about it, I remember I even cried talking to her about this. And it was just a very real moment between us. So thank you for that. And you know what? It's funny how I made a mistake yesterday exactly about this. And maybe it was my short experience of doing this 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
That I realized what am I doing, and basically fixed it, I would say. So
what happened? And before you do, I remind everyone this is a practice. Sometimes we think these conversations are something we take care of once and for all, but this is more like a martial arts. This is a practice, and you do it again and again and again. You get better at it again and again, and you make mistakes and you get up, you do it again, and that's it's a practice. So what happened?
So we were in bed a few days ago, and we had sex, played with each other. Then she sucked my cock, and this happens already. But I got to be okay with this, with your advices of I lost my erection, and she made a big deal out of it. Like, is it me? Is it me? What did I do wrong? And I noticed a pattern that this is not the first time it happens. Not only about sex, but just generally her reaction to stuff that happens, like different shit. And I told her, like, you know, I don't find it as a problem that you think that you made something wrong, but I hate to be in this position of comforting you over nothing that is your fault. And nothing, like, it's not your fault. Also this and also other things that happen. And and honestly, I'm a bit tired of repeating this. And
this is what you told her.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, this is what I told her. And she took it. The next morning, we felt a bit distanced from each other. And man, today I'm feeling great, I said it, but in the last days, I had such a heavy stone in my stomach. And because I thought, like, man, I don't want to deal with this shit. Like, why am I doing this to myself? And I decided, you know what? I'm cutting this off. And again, in great contrast, in great contrast to what I did 2 weeks ago, what you guys told me to do, to bring this up. And I said to her, like, sweetie, I'm tired of this. I don't know. I can't continue with this. And man, she freaked out. And I have to say, I kind of liked it that she freaked out. Like, she said some nasty things to me. Like very, very mean stuff. And to be honest, I loved it. Because it showed me some of her power. Which was direct contradiction to the things that happened. Like, did I do something wrong again? And I don't know, we just talked for 3 hours, video calls, unfortunately, because it's a super tight lockdown now because of Easter in Budapest.
Well, maybe you got saved being cut by a knife by her.
And then I brought everything up, and I had in mind, suddenly I thought about the live call you and Michael had about suspending the judgment, and putting myself in her shoes, and seeing different stuff that she made. And you know, it was amazing because I snapped my fingers now, and this was the feeling, like, in a snap of a finger, all the judgment I had, and all the pride I had also about her actions. I know better than you, and I also said this to her. This was very relieving to say, like, that friends don't do it and lovers don't do it, but honestly, I felt pride over you. And she took it in also. But when I put myself in her shoes, it neutralizes immediately
Yes.
all the judgment I had, and I felt like we can connect again, you know.
Great, man.
And I feel like this was even a bigger lesson for me than 2 weeks ago, because
Right.
2 weeks ago I did it with your suggestions, with Michael's suggestions, but this time I feel like I implemented from
Right.
my experience,
You
and
you caught yourself, and you were the one
yes,
making it right. Yeah, man. Go ahead.
And she told me, like, we had a very deep conversation, but one of the things that she told me is that I didn't understand that it bothered you so much. And right, you told me this is the 5th time we're talking about those things, but honestly, I didn't understand it bothered you that much that you were thinking of breaking this thing up.
Right.
And I'm willing to change. I'm willing to change. I give me a chance. Like, give me a chance. And I thought about it like instantly. And of course, I will give you a chance. And yeah, that's it. And I think also, yeah, this was also a bit refreshing to see, because she took it. And I said also, like, she said mean stuff to me in the heat of her moment, which she didn't mean it, but that was the anger leading.
Yes.
I told her mean stuff. I told her not mean stuff, but I said real stuff that were hurtful. But I think I'm pretty sure that she loved me more for it, or even appreciate those mean stuff or hurtful stuff, because she could relate to them, maybe because they were real. And I kept hearing, and also from my experience, that women also they appreciate the honesty, even if it's not nice to hear, or stuff like that. And I do have experience with her also about this, but never, in my experience, to that level with a woman.
Yes.
And it was very refreshing for me to see it.
Well, it's accepted because she loves you, and it's accepted because you care. And I was just thinking of, like, as you're talking this, or of the path, that we've come in a couple of months, and you've really been implementing and testing out week by week, and it's just amazing. In just a couple of months, that you went from having no dates to having this, meeting women, now dating women and implementing there, and now have this wonderful girlfriend. And now you come into a phase where it's like, so that it's amazing. It's amazing that you've been implementing, and it's testament of the work that we do, that you do get the results, And I really want to, I want to honor you for it, because that really spurs me on to keep spending time to work with you, And it's you're shifting now into a space where you go beyond, like, say, the second phase of the seducer, and you say, what do I want? What kind of woman do I want? What's the expression of me? And now you have someone on stage with you, and you have a chance now to care for her heart or not. And you haven't done that in the past. And I can see you want it deep down in your loins and your heart, but you're not used to it. You're not used to it. And so it bothers you. You have to repeat things, and it bothers you. It's you realize there's a burden there to take care of her, and you may think, "Fuck, I don't want to deal with this." And but that's that's the thing that you're going to be faced with now. The questions you're going to have, the for some people, the burden that you're going to see, but also the opportunity you get to take care of this woman's heart, because she loves you, man. She loves you, and that's why she both reacts like, fuck, is it my fault? And that's why, for the same reasons, she reacts so violently. Because, you know, I sometimes say a woman who's in love and sees possibilities with a guy is one of the most beautiful sights in the world you will ever see. And a woman who is in love with a guy and sees it disappear, it will be one of the most ugly sights you'll see in your life. And you can see that sometimes in one discussion, you know, when it goes from, oh, did I do something wrong, to, you motherfucker. But this is the position that you're in now. This is a woman who's offering her heart to you. And you could, I told you this is for a couple of months now. You could take that relationship where you want. You could take that relationship where you can. And you have an opportunity to take care of her heart, and that comes with great responsibility. It's a burden to carry, you know, but it's also a beautiful thing. And you cannot carry all the hearts of all women. You got to choose your wars. But every time a woman does that, surrenders, that's an opportunity to be there for her, to take care of her, to hold her heart sacred, you know? And that's what you're looking at here. And she'll go with you wherever you take it.
First of all, thank you. I felt it when you said those words about me. So thanks. And you know, today I was just doing my shit, working out, cleaning, meditating, and I thought between those things, it is some sort of a burden or responsibility or semantics, I don't know. But it's the first time I felt, not felt, but maybe I was more, I don't know if it's the first time. What I'm trying to say, I was more aware of my responsibility.
Right.
Aware heart.
Just a woman loving you, man. It's like I have some women that love me, and I'm taking care of them, like mentally, and it's a burden, because sometimes I said, fuck this, you know, like I wish they would find someone else, so another man who could take care of them, or when they're sick, it's just I can't stand it, because I'm like, fuck, you know, you want to take it on you, and it's just but it's a beautiful thing also, and in a way, I think a man's life is about how much tension you can fit into it, you know, how big of a load can you carry. And this is certainly taking care of a beautiful woman's heart who gives it to you. To me that's a beauty to rescue, Michael Sky. That's a beauty to rescue, that's an adventure to live, and it's a battle to fight all at the same time. It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, do you have any questions of moving forward, or did you just want to share?
I was thinking, I think, no, it's not a question, but I think I want to, in the suspending the judgment and honor call that you guys had. So one thing that was brought up is having this honor between lovers in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I want to try this with her.
Yeah, man, exchange vows. Sorry, I gave advice very quickly. But exchange vows, or you know, as Michael and I do, you could start by saying who she is for you and who you are for her, you know, and keep repeating that. I've done in the past with girls, it was really profound. I exchanged vows, and that's articulating my commitment, and also seeing how she wants to show up with me, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, man. It's for me. It's what marriages are supposed to be built on, but this is a lot more powerful to me.
Mm.
So.
I will try that. I will definitely try that. I will do it. Not try.
Yeah, if you have questions about how to tell or how to have a conversation about who you are for me and who I am for you, well, actually, I can say it very shortly. And then if you're interested more, you can put it on the group, and we can go in detail about it. It's something we're going to do in the Leading Your Woman case study group. But when you speak who you are for me and who I am for you, what you do is the third phase of deep listening, in a way, which is more than suspending your judgment, more than empathy, is really honoring the other. It means you walk their shoes, you try to see the mountain they've been facing, and then the stand they have been making in facing that mountain, and you speak that to them. So who you are for me is the one who, in the face of her fear of losing me, has been standing for being a woman of grace and care and not wanting to complain, something like that. And who I am for you is the man who is someone who stands for being your ally. I will take care of your heart, and I will look to move this friendship into an allyship where we have each other's back and we can call each other out. For example, that's so you walk her shoes, see the mountain she's been facing, and you articulate what stand she has been making, and then you tell her what stand you want to make for her. And it's a powerful thing. The other thing, exchanging vows, I did this with girlfriends, and you can make them any way you want. But I had vows with, for example, Anna Maria years ago, and our vows were, I'm paraphrasing, I said, in my relationship, I will do everything in my power to keep myself happy, and I will never hold you responsible for the way I feel. So you're off the hook. And when we have a disagreement, I will diminish, or I will limit my criticism. I will. This is from Gottman Institute. I will limit my criticism. I will limit my defensiveness, my contempt, and my stonewalling. And I don't know what else was there, But that's like based on, that was Abraham Hicks and Gottman, and just the things that are important to me, which is taking full responsibility for my happiness, not holding her responsible. And the second part was about how I want to show up when there's disagreement. And so you can shape that any way you want, but those things were important at the time for me. And it's beautiful, and you can repeat them, and you can, it's like, I have this idea of marrying each other every day, because I think marriage is a beautiful thing. Like or supposed to be a celebration of commitment towards each other, but it's often the opposite for a lot of people. So the idea of committing to each other each and every day, or every week, or every whatever, to me is a beautiful thing. So, and we'll explore this more, but maybe you have something there to work with.
Definitely. And I love the word ally that you used.
Yeah, it's something I learned from Michael here, and it's beyond friendship. And yes. I said this to you too. You wanted my teachings, so to speak, and I'm always looking to become friends. And when we become friends, next I want to become allies, and it's way stronger. It's way stronger. It's and it's a beautiful thing. And yeah, I don't know if Michael wants to speak to the difference between friendship and ally, but to me,
Yes.
Go ahead, Michael.
I'm not on the call.
Oh, he's not on the call.
No.
I thought he was on the call, but it's he's yelling from upstairs here. But it's yeah, it's what's extra there is that you got each other's back. Really, like you know, if an ally is someone that if you ask them to bury a body, that they instantly say yes. And it's also the other part. You hold each other accountable for the greatness. You know, when someone's faltering and they're not being in their full potential, you call it out. You know, like Michael calls me out in terms of, say, business. I call him out in terms of fitness. And but it's something that grows. It's something that grows, that really becomes stronger and stronger as you trust each other more and more to have each other's back. You know, so he's mumbling things from upstairs.
I have no Zoom invite.
Oh, I'm going to give him the Zoom invite right now. Where do you want it, Michael?
Anywhere.
Okay, I'll send it on Messenger to you. Or is that helpful for you?
Very much.
So what do you see in the near future?
With her?
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely see making a stand for each other.
Yeah, it's a great beginning.
I definitely see myself using the word ally. And I feel like it's a great way to personally grow together, because I feel like it will open more honesty about each other's doubts and fears, maybe.
Right.
And by that, being allies to each other and celebrating each other's good actions, and calling out when I am not aligned, when she is not aligned with the full potential, as you said. I definitely see, like that was the first thing I was thinking about.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoy the way you stand with this girl, because it would be like there's the part of you that says, "Oh fuck it," and takes even joy when she's ugly, because you're like, okay, maybe I don't have to take care of her. That you got to be very vigilant with that. But I can see there's a part of like that grows into a man that wants to take care, you know, and. It's a splendid opportunity, man. It's a fantastic thing. And even if you're not lovers anymore, you know, you could still be allies, and you could be that for life. You could be 90 and she's 88. You know, you could talk about the life that you went through. I had a call yesterday with Megumi, my ex-girlfriend from 97, 99, and we lost track of each other. And I haven't talked to her in 19 years. And Michael, can you mute your microphone? And we had last week we talked, and yesterday we talked, and it was just fantastic. And it's just she had bad experience with guys in the meantime. Was married twice, but I left I was with her, and it was great, and she wanted to start a family with me, and I couldn't do. I was not ready, because I was 24. She was 30, or I was 25, 30, something like this. She was 5 or 7 years older than me, and 5 years. And I said I can't do it, and we weren't. Well, no, we were together, and but we never really broke up, and I continued being a friend. We stayed in contact, then we lost contact. But she told me, you know, fuck, it's like I used up all my luck with good men since you know, because after that she had bad experiences. So even after 20 years almost, you know, that it remains, and we're back into each other's life. She's not in a good place, so I propose to have calls every week. She's a professor in the States. She, you know, it's just amazing what's possible over time with women if you're that guy who stands for her, you know, and holds her heart dear. It's a beautiful thing. I'm so happy now that like we're into each other's life, and yeah, we could be that till the time we die, you know, and it's a gorgeous thing. All right. Do you want to say something, Mr. Sky?
Of course I do.
Go ahead. Because Michael heard everything. He wasn't on the call, but he heard everything here. So you got to unmute your microphone and go ahead.
Well, I heard your side, Hans. There'll be an echo if you don't mute. All right. Yeah, this is a great conversation for me. This means something really in particular. It's easy to say a word or identify a new concept and have a, you know, like we could say ally, and okay, that means we want what's best for each other, and we're really going to support each other. But I really mean some really specific things by it, so I'll just share a little bit. And I think it's the ultimate level of relationship. So what this means for me, if I'm your ally, then let me give you a few examples. So let's say you told me your dreams, you told me what you want, what's most important to you, and I see you betraying yourself. I'm going to confront you on it, okay? Because I'm standing not for the you that you pretend you are when you say you don't really want your dreams, or you say some kind of other bullshit that betrays yourself. Like, even when you've given up on yourself, I don't give up on you. It's kind of like you could think of it like this: the ultimate level of being someone's coach or leader or parent or whatever. And then if someone comes back and if they react to you challenging them, standing for them, then it doesn't mean, like, if I'm your ally, my job isn't done. Okay, they don't want my help, they don't want my support, they are reacting, whatever, I'll just go away. No, in the face of them trying to turn me away, I'm still standing for them. And I'm going to find a way to stand for them that helps them remember who they are and come back to standing for themselves. And to use another, to me, being an ally is also being my own ally. So it's not like a one-way relationship where I'm just all in for the other. There's several things. So I'm also my own ally. And if this person comes to me to support me, and it's criticism I don't want to hear or something like this, and they're reminding me who I am, and it's painful, I don't want to hear it. Like, part of the commitment is I'm not going to turn them away. They're being my ally. I'm going to listen. I'm going to receive the criticism. I'm going to look for the upgrade in myself, and I'm going to commit to being all of who I can be. So it's, you know, even if they bring it to me in a way that's ugly or that's reactive or whatever. So it's a very high level of playing a relationship game, to where there's never any excuse to not be your best self. And if you play the game, it can lead to incredible transformation, because there's just simply no excuse for ever not leveling up to the next level. It's something that I think has to be based on self-honesty and honesty. So if I say I'm your ally and I'm secretly betraying you, you know, that's a joke, you know. If you say you're my ally and you're secretly betraying me, that's a joke as well. So to me, it includes honesty as well. Now, two people could agree that let's say in a romantic relationship, like we're allies, and we agree that being allies for each other means like, don't tell me if you did flirt with someone else or if you did have an experience with something that's someone else. Like all that stuff is fine, but it's about you creating it together. So yeah. So Hans, I won't go on. It's something that has transformed me in my life, and I've got people in my life who I commit myself to being everyone's ally. It's a pretty huge commitment, but it's one that forces me to continually look at myself and then find the upgrade. And there's all kinds of challenges if you, let's say, or you talk with this woman and you guys agree that you're going to be allies for each other. If, for example, she shows up in a way to where she's not your ally, and you're like, we committed to this, that's a really difficult situation to be with, because it's easy to say, well, they're not being my ally, I'm not going to be their ally anymore. And to me, this is like, you're not an ally. If that's so, it's fundamentally a choice that you make, and you can't control the others, but it's fundamentally a way of orienting to the people around you. And let me say one more thing about that. That is that that oftentimes I think it's really, well, I think there's some really special ways that women can play this role, because if you have a romantic relationship with a woman, she's already seeing like the best within you. She's seeing your potential. She's imagining this great man that you could be, and that's a really powerful force for becoming the man that you want to be. It can be incredible to have a woman really see that in you, and especially even when you don't see it in yourself. But the other side of that is, I think that a lot of times women don't have as much facility to take criticism as men tend to. It's a generalization, but generally speaking, that's what I find. So what that requires is, if you're going to be an ally to a woman, you need to learn how to bring to her, how to stand for her in a way that is going to make the impact. And that's really, for all of us who want to be leaders or coaches or allies, like Hans and I, we're here in Brazil. We traveled a lot of the world together. We're roommates much of the time. We're good friends. We're travel companions. We're business partners in different ways. Like, there's all kinds of ways that this could be a really complicated relationship. So it requires constantly looking at, if I don't like the way Hans is being around roommate or friend or business partner or ally or whatever, my way of bringing that to him just totally might not work, depending on his personality and my personality. Well, if I'm his ally, I don't just write him off, judge him, push him away, say that's how he is. I find a way to bring it to him in a way that he can hear it and make the upgrade. So it's a very high level of playing the game of relationship, but it has tremendous upside. And one is the kind of really strong, powerful relationships that most people never have, I think. And the second is that you're constantly growing and evolving to become a more powerful human being. And there's just nothing but upside to both of those. So that's what I wanted to add. Hans?
Great. Sean, I see your hand, and you can speak in a second. I just wanted to say very strongly that making a stand for being her ally is one of the greatest ways that you will find for yourself the liberty to, say, be in a relationship with her, be at some point the boyfriend or the lover, whatever, and also be able to explore your adventure in the land of women, and that you'll be loved for it, because there's something bigger than just being the boyfriend. It's something bigger than being the husband. To be the ally is forever, in a way, and it's very, very powerful, and it's more powerful than any of the categories that most women think of. And I agree with Michael that women have a harder time being an ally, but when they see that you stand for being an ally for them, it's incredible. And they may go through periods of pain and tantrums and yelling at you and passive aggressiveness, and with time they'll see, if you keep standing as an ally, they'll love you forever, because it's something that most women never ever experience in their life.
Sois parti, darling.
There you go, another episode of the Seduction Show. I really hope you enjoyed that one and that it helps you in leading your relationships into glory. If you have any questions about them, you can ask me directly, or you can ask us about the Leading Your Woman Case Study Group. See you for the next episode of the Seduction Show. Bye-bye.
Ce qui rend beau, lost in the night. And you know she's coming for thee. No longer will you be alone